Greetings everyone, IT2, and it's finally the weekend, so I thought I would go outside and check out my yard and see what kind of animals have been walking around in my yard, because the snow's on and you can see the footprints really well. So I found something really weird. I want to show you guys and see if you think it might be something supernatural or maybe a wounded bird. I don't know. First of all, I found something that just looked cool. I think this is a cat right here. So these footprints are pretty much in a straight line. They're farther apart than my dog's footprints were, so I would think it would be something bigger than a dog. But if it's a cat, that's a pretty big cat. They were coming out from underneath my truck that was parked in the garage all night, so that's what makes me think it was a cat. But it was doing this weird drifting thing. The snow would build up around each footprint. I also did that around like the clumps of grass coming through my concrete. So it's weird. I've never seen it do that before. It's like a bunch of donuts in my yard. Each one of these, see, that one's like two prints put together, unless that's a crack or something from this thing. And then see, here's my dog's prints. I guess they're a little bit farther apart. Okay, maybe it is a house cat. Yeah, it would make sense. If my dog's is like this far, these are about that far. Okay, I can believe that's a cat. But look at this part. This is where it melted before the drifts around the prints. Made like little footprint islands. I've never seen that before. I must have got it just at the right time before it melted all off. So then I went to the backyard, and here's where it gets weird. I saw like some rabbit-looking prints. It could have been a bird because it just ended abruptly, so I figured it must have took off and flew. Unless it backtracked, but it looked like pretty clean prints. It was coming out of the underbrush too, like a rabbit would. But then, this is a little tree I planted. And let's see, the print is like right here in the corner. And then there's another one right here. Look how far apart that is. Alright? There's one here. And there's one here. And then there's one here. And another one here. So these are like, that's probably 6 feet. So this is probably 5 or 6 feet. And what that could that be, like a wounded bird that fell out of one of these magnolia trees, like hopping, flying, and like kind of crashing? Or is it some kind of demonic goat man that's like 12 feet tall? Kind of like a trident, cloven hoof kind of a shape to it. Kind of weird. Maybe like that's almost looks like one of those three-toed goblin prints that I talked about in Hellier. But the goblin's supposed to be small, so that would make sense. Here's a close-up of the ones up on the flat part of the ground. Like it would be even shorter from this picture, because this is coming uphill. That there should be like another print like here and here. If you're going up a hill, you don't like have an even longer stride. I mean, that's like 4 times as long a stride as I am, and I'm 6 feet tall. Here's a shovel in between the stride for comparison. That's like a 4-foot shovel. So, what the fuck has a stride that big? Unless it's something, you know, you're not expecting, like maybe a frog didn't hibernate and it's hopping. Or like I said, it's a bird, like jumping and trying to fly and then falling back down. I don't know. That's blowing my mind. Like, if something's that big walking around my yard, like last year I saw a huge bunch of deer prints. I didn't even think deer was walking in my yard, and I came home from work the other day maybe I came home from going to the store like 10 in the morning, and I think I saw a deer leaving my yard. I'd never seen one in my yard before. But deer tracks ain't that far apart. Ain't even close. I don't think. Unless they're in a full fucking sprint, maybe. Man, it went right into a bush too, like the underbrush. It went into it or it was coming out of it. So if it's something big, it wouldn't seem like it would be going into the brush. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Should I post this on Reddit or something?